Hamilton and Vasseur have just detonated a bombshell that sent the entire Formula One paddock spinning. Their latest joint statement isn't your usual polished team talk. It sounds more like a declaration of war. After months of tension, criticism, and setbacks, Ferrari's leadership has decided to drop the mask. No more excuses. No more soft talk about long-term progress. The message is simple. Ferrari isn't going to São Paulo to survive. They're going there to dominate. For the first time since Lewis Hamilton joined the Scuderia, both he and Frédéric Vasseur are speaking with absolute conviction. You can hear it in their tone. That quiet, cutting edge of certainty that tells you something's changed inside Maranello. Behind closed doors, Ferrari's engineers have been grinding away for weeks, pushing the SF25 to find that elusive balance Hamilton's been begging for all season. And now, they claim they've found it. According to both Lewis and Vasseur, the car finally feels alive, sharper, more predictable, more complete. Inside the simulator, the numbers back it up. Ferrari's wind tunnel data has reportedly revealed something extraordinary. Something that could completely flip the team's fortunes as they head into one of the most chaotic and unpredictable weekends on the calendar. And the timing couldn't be more dramatic. Vasseur even hinted that what they've uncovered could redefine their approach to car setup entirely. And Hamilton, fired up, focused, eyes locked on, the challenge ahead, said he's never felt more connected to the team or the car than he does right now. When Lewis says something like that, you know it's serious. This isn't just pre-race hype, it's intent. It's Ferrari sending a message straight to Red Bull, McLaren, and Mercedes. We're done playing catch-up. The atmosphere in the paddock right now is electric. People can feel that something's coming. But the big question is this confidence real? Is Ferrari actually sitting on a genuine breakthrough? Or are we hearing another round of bold promises that might fade under pressure when the lights go out in Brazil? I'm curious what you think. Is this a real performance leap or just media hype to fire up the fans? Vote in the poll or type real or hype down in the comments. I'll be checking your answers before we move to the next update. And hey, if you're loving these deep dives into F1's latest shakeups, subscribe to Fast News F1 and ring that notification bell. Your subscription really helps us grow and reach our goal of 2,000 subscribers. Stick around, because what Hamilton and Vasseur just revealed might completely change everything we thought we knew about Ferrari in 2025. Ferrari's bold words only tell part of the story. What's got everyone whispering across the paddock isn't just Hamilton's confidence or Vasseur's tone. It's the claim that the team has finally cracked the SF25's biggest weakness. Inside Maranello, the engineers have been obsessing over one thing for months: stability. Every race this year, Ferrari has been fast in flashes but unpredictable when it mattered. One lap the car was planted, the next it snapped out of balance. That inconsistency has been the story of their season. But according to sources close to the team, that problem might finally be over. The breakthrough, they say, comes from a combination of small but critical changes. Tweaks to the suspension geometry, how the hybrid system deploys power, and the way the car manages tyre temperature under varying conditions. The SF25 has always been sensitive to ride height, especially on bumpy tracks and in hot weather. When the car sat a few millimeters too high or too low, grip disappeared and Hamilton couldn't trust the rear end. Ferrari's engineers attack that issue relentlessly. Week after week, they fine-tuned the aero balance, refined the damping ratios, and rewrote the car's energy deployment map to make it more predictable in transitions between braking and acceleration. And that's exactly what Hamilton's been hinting at. He reportedly told his engineers during a late-night simulator session, "We found something. It's small, but it changes everything." That single line set off a storm in the factory. It wasn't just optimism. It was relief. After months of data analysis, the car finally started behaving the way Hamilton wanted. The team believes they've built a version of the SF25 that's balanced enough to survive the most punishing tests Formula One can offer: Interlagos. Let's not forget, this is one of the most unpredictable circuits in the world. Huge elevation shifts, tight middle sectors, and a mix of fast and slow corners that expose every weakness in a setup. If your car can handle Brazil, it can handle almost anywhere. And that's why Ferrari's confidence matters. Their simulator runs and wind tunnel data both show that the car is no longer on a knife's edge, as one engineer described it. It's stable, controllable. Finally, something a driver like Hamilton can lean on when the grip disappears and the rain comes down. Meanwhile, back at Maranello, the remote operations hub is already running simulations around the clock. During the race weekend, that team will monitor every live data point from Interlagos, tyre temperatures, brake wear, engine modes, and feed information directly to the engineers on site. It's a system Ferrari has refined since mid-season, and this weekend they believe it'll be their hidden advantage. While other teams are still deciding how to react, Ferrari plans to make those calls in real time. Still, confidence doesn't always translate to performance. It's easy to believe in breakthroughs inside a simulator, but Interlagos has a way of humbling everyone. Remember, it's a sprint weekend, so Ferrari gets just 1 hour of practice before qualifying. No second chances, no fallback setups. Either the SF25 works straight out of the box, or all that preparation could crumble fast. So, what do you think? Is Ferrari's technical breakthrough the real deal? Or are they just getting their hopes up before facing one of the most unpredictable circuits of the season? Drop a quick yes or no in the comments. And if you enjoy seeing how the tech side of F1 shapes the drama on track, hit that like button and subscribe to Fast News F1. Your support helps us reach 2,000 subscribers and keeps these deep dive updates coming every race weekend. Up next, we'll break down why Interlagos is the perfect place to test whether Ferrari's newfound confidence actually holds up under pressure. Interlagos isn't just another stop on the F1 calendar, it's chaos disguised as a racetrack. It's the kind of place where even the smallest setup flaw can destroy your weekend. And where perfect balance is worth more than raw power. That's why Ferrari's timing couldn't be more fascinating. They're walking into the storm claiming they've finally tamed the SF25, and Interlagos will immediately reveal whether that's true or not. Let's start with the basics. This track is brutal on cars. The constant elevation changes, the uneven surface, the unpredictable grip levels, all of it makes setup work a nightmare. Drivers go from high-speed corners straight into heavy braking zones and back again in seconds. The car has to handle transitions perfectly, or the tyres cook within a handful of laps. And in Brazil, that's almost guaranteed to happen. The heat, humidity, and constant shifting in air temperature make tyre degradation a ticking time bomb. Now, layer on the fact that this is a sprint weekend. That means just 1 hour of practice before cars go straight into qualifying. No time for deep setup experiments. No safety net if things go wrong. If Ferrari's setup isn't right out of the gate, they won't get a second chance to fix it. And that's exactly what makes this the ultimate testing ground for Hamilton and Vassar's bold claims. Behind the scenes, Ferrari's remote operations hub in Maranello will be monitoring every second of track time, feeding live data to the engineers trackside. They've been perfecting this coordination all season, and this weekend it'll be critical. When Hamilton hits turn 4 or takes on that long uphill drag out of the Senna S, the team back in Italy will be analysing telemetry in real time, ready to make instant calls on tyre pressures, energy deployment, and braking balance. That level of precision could be the difference between fighting for pole and falling out of the top 5. And then there's the weather. The forecasts point to a stormy few days ahead, with heavy rain on Friday and possible showers during qualifying and the sprint. That's a nightmare scenario for some teams, but not necessarily for Ferrari. According to reports, both Hamilton and Leclerc have spent extra hours in the simulator mastering throttle modulation and brake control in wet conditions. They've also been working on the SF25's rear stability and hybrid energy control, which could give them a crucial edge if the rain comes down. Vasseur summed it up perfectly when he told the team, "We're ready for chaos." That's not arrogance. That's a team that's finally starting to trust itself again. And honestly, that might be Ferrari's biggest win so far this season. Confidence is contagious. And when a team feels like everything is finally aligned, data, setup, strategy, and driver, magic can happen. Still, Interlagos doesn't forgive mistakes. One bad call on tyre selection or one mistimed pit stop can ruin everything. Ferrari knows that. And that's what makes this weekend so exciting. We're about to find out whether this new Ferrari can stay calm when the track turns against them. Let's take a quick pulse check. Who do you think has the upper hand going into the Brazilian weekend? Ferrari, Red Bull, McLaren, or maybe Mercedes? Vote in the poll or let me know in the comments who you think will master the madness of Interlagos. And if you want more race weekend strategy breakdowns like this one, make sure you're subscribed to Fast News F1 and have the notification bell on. We're pushing toward 2,000 subscribers, and every new fan makes a huge difference. Up next, we'll shift gears and talk about the human side of all this. How Hamilton, Vasseur, and the entire Ferrari team have transformed their mindset from frustration to full-blown unity. For months, Ferrari's story has been one of frustration. Flashes of speed, followed by heartbreak. Moments of promise, undone by inconsistency. But heading into Brazil, something feels completely different. It's not just the car that's changed, it's the people. It's the energy around the entire team. You can sense it when Hamilton speaks, when Vasseur walks into a press conference, even when you see the mechanics working in the garage. There's a calm focus, a quiet confidence that Ferrari hasn't shown in years. Frederic Vasseur has been the architect of this transformation. From the moment he took charge, he's been brutally clear about what Ferrari needed. Less emotion, more execution. Earlier in the season, that mindset felt like wishful thinking. The results weren't there. The pressure from fans, media, and even inside Maranello was relentless. But slowly, it started to shift. Vasseur's philosophy, precision over panic, control over chaos, began to sink in. And now, as the team heads into one of the toughest weekends on the calendar, that belief is finally paying off. Then there's Lewis Hamilton. His presence alone has redefined Ferrari's mentality. When he first joined, there was curiosity and skepticism. Could a 7-time world champion really adapt to the unique pressure of Maranello? But over the past few weeks, it's become clear that Hamilton hasn't just adapted, he's elevated the entire operation. His focus, his calm under pressure, and his relentless demand for perfection have rubbed off on everyone around him. And now, after back-to-back strong results in Austin and Mexico, he's walking into Brazil sharper and hungrier than ever. His interviews lately say it all. The frustration from earlier in the season is gone. Instead, there's a fire, but it's controlled. When Hamilton says things like, "We've found something," or "We're ready to fight," it's not bravado, it's intent. He knows what's coming, and you can tell he believes Ferrari finally has the tools to deliver. For him, Interlagos isn't just another race, it's personal. It's where he's produced some of his most iconic moments. The 2008 title, that unbelievable comeback in 2021. He thrives in the chaos here, and this time, he's got a team that finally looks capable of matching his intensity. But what's truly changed isn't just between Hamilton and Vasseur, it's the dynamic inside the whole Ferrari camp. The communication between Hamilton and Leclerc, once described as polite but distant, has evolved into genuine cooperation. They're sharing data more openly, syncing driving styles, and even helping each other refine setups in the simulator. For Ferrari, a team historically haunted by internal divisions, that kind of unity is massive. It's their new secret weapon. Vasseur knows it too. He's been reminding everyone in the factory that the real battle isn't just against Red Bull or McLaren, it's against the old Ferrari. The one that cracked under pressure, the one that second-guessed itself. Now every decision feels deliberate. Every pit call, every strategy tweak, every setup change has intent behind it. And when you combine that focus with Hamilton's leadership, you get a team that finally looks and feels like a contender again. So, here's a question for you. Do you think Hamilton's influence alone has been enough to shift Ferrari's entire mindset? Yes or no? Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell me why. And if you're enjoying seeing how this new Ferrari culture is taking shape, make sure you're subscribed to Fast News F1 and hit that like button. Your support helps us reach our goal of 2,000 subscribers and keeps these deep dive stories coming every race week. Because up next, we're looking ahead to the big one. What to watch for this weekend, the key factors that could define Ferrari's fate in Brazil, and how this confidence might either turn into victory or heartbreak. All eyes are now on Interlagos. After all the talk, all the data, and all the declarations, it's finally time to see whether Ferrari can turn confidence into results. The Brazilian Grand Prix has always been unpredictable, and that's exactly why it's the perfect battleground for what Hamilton and Vasseur have been building. Heading into the weekend, there are three major things to watch. First, the weather. Forecasts show storms rolling through on Friday and possible showers during qualifying and the sprint. That alone could turn the grid upside down. Rain exposes every weakness: traction, tyre temperature control, braking stability. And this is where Ferrari believes their latest upgrades will shine. The SF25's improved rear balance and refined hybrid deployment give both drivers a wider margin for error when the track gets slippery. If those improvements hold up, Ferrari could finally thrive in mixed conditions instead of suffering from them. Second, tyre management. Interlagos is notorious for destroying tyres faster than almost anywhere else. Long high-load corners and a constantly changing surface mean the perfect balance between grip and longevity decides everything. Ferrari claims to have solved their tyre degradation issue by adjusting how the suspension transfers load mid-corner. That's bold talk, and it'll be tested right away. If Hamilton can keep his tyres alive while staying in striking distance of the Red Bulls and McLarens, we might see something special. And finally, execution. It sounds simple, but it's what separates contenders from champions. Ferrari's goal for this weekend is clear: no mistakes. Every pit stop, every strategy call, every decision on tyre choice must be flawless. Remember, it's a sprint weekend. That means every error is magnified, every missed lap time costly. Vasseur told his engineers this week, flawless execution, no second chances. It's the kind of pressure that either forges victory or exposes cracks. So, what does success look like for Ferrari in Brazil? A podium would confirm their comeback is real. A win would send shockwaves through the paddock and shift the narrative for 2025 entirely. But a failure here, especially after such bold statements, would sting. It's that knife's edge tension that makes this weekend so thrilling. The paddock knows it too. McLaren's lurking, Red Bull's unpredictable, and Mercedes is right there, breathing down Ferrari's neck in the Constructors' Championship. Every point counts now. The atmosphere in the garage will be electric. You'll see Hamilton laser-focused, Leclerc quietly determined, and Vasseur, pacing like a man who knows everything he's worked for, might hinge on a few laps in the rain. So here's the big question. Do you think Ferrari can pull it off? Can Hamilton deliver that first statement win in red right here at Interlagos? Vote in the poll and tell me in the comments what your gut says. Ferrari podium, Hamilton victory, or total chaos under the Brazilian rain? And if you've been enjoying these deep dive updates, make sure you're subscribed to Fast News F1. Hit the like button, turn on the notification bell, and help us reach our next milestone of 2,000 subscribers. Your support is what keeps this channel growing and lets us bring you every twist, every drama, and every bombshell from Formula One. Because whatever happens next, whether Ferrari rise or fall, one thing's for sure, the story of this new era is only just beginning.